morning, everyone. What's good, Tokeativity community? My name's Amanya, aka Kenya Kush.
Hi, I'm Janice Nasty.
And we are co-founders of Women Weed Wifi, which is an international collective of women and femme artists and healers and innovators and now a lot of moms. So we're excited to be doing this Canna Mom event and share with you all the ways that we use plants and herbs in our self-care routine, our products for our Cosmically Charged Beauty. And let's get into it. So we'll start today with a little grounding meditation exercise that we do in some of our smoke and stretch sessions. So what you'll need for this is just a drink. It can just be a simple cup of water, glass of water, or if you have tea, you can prepare tea or juice, something fresh made and natural. So just have your drink handy. And we'll start by closing our eyes. Let's start by taking a deep breath in. Big open mouth exhale. Again, like that, fill up. This time, lift your shoulders towards your ears. Exhale, drop them away. Continue to settle into your breath for the next few moments, enjoying the movement of your belly, the rise and fall of your chest, settling into your body here. Allowing the mind to quiet, releasing any tension you notice immediately, maybe by relaxing your jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your forehead. Ungrip your toes and fingers. And bring to mind anything that is a seed that you'd like to plant, any intention you have, something you've been thinking about the last few days or weeks. It can be a new project, it can be your actual seeds, your children, it can be anything at all that you want to grow. Envision that seed or that intention planting in your heart space. Feel free to put one hand over your heart as well. And with your other hand, gently grab your drink and take a sip of water or tea or juice. As you swallow, follow that sip from your lips to your tongue, down your throat. Feel it moving downward all the way until you can no longer sense it. Feel that moisture fertilizing your seed of intention, giving it what it needs to grow, giving yourself what you need to grow. On your own, take another sip Again, being mindful of how the liquid travels, the path that it takes. Let it be a luscious indulgent sip. Let's take one more big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. This time, bring palms together at heart center, nuzzling your thumbs to your chest here, feeling your heartbeat, feeling that seed growing roots, watering it until it blooms. Deep breath in, thinking of your intention. Exhale, send it out into the world. And gently, in your own time, begin to flutter your eyelids open, come back to the room you're in. And just take a moment, just notice how you're feeling. Notice how your breath has slowed down without much effort. Notice a quiet sense in your body. Now, that was about 7 minutes total, 6, 7 minutes. So that is just one way to center yourself throughout your day. That doesn't take that much physical time on the clock, but can give you tons of added time in your day through the peace of mind. And so that's just one way, one ritual that you can incorporate herbs into your day. If you used a tea, you would be letting the herbs and the nutrients from the tea fertilize that intention and center yourself. Same thing with the juice, same thing with just plain water.
Yes, I think it's so wild how all of these events are in alignment right now, because we just released our zine called Fertile Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And we did this meditation where we were watering our seeds of intention. So I feel like our whole approach to holistic healing is using the energy of medicine when we talk about plants.
Mm-hmm.
And how in like our zine, we're sharing our story. So our seeds are our stories, and the more we share our seed, the more it grows. And as moms, I feel like our children also help water our stories too to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And herbs forever have been a way to help us map our day, whether it's to delegate, prioritize, um, you know, create boundaries, organize, and ultimately create a community for each other. So, that saying where it takes a village to raise a child, it's the same as the plant kingdom. It takes a whole forest to sustain the earth. And, a lot of times we get discouraged in our own bodies. And, when you look down and you're looking at your 2 feet, you're on top of the world. It's not crashing down on you. So it's a beautiful exchange, to learn from plants. And I'll go into some more rituals that you can add when incorporating herbs. So there's the meditation, and then we talked about sipping our tea. There's also chanting, and chanting could be like a low hum, and it could be like your favorite melody to a song. It could be more formal, and you can chant some affirmations. This is all inclusive to the vibrations that help you go deeper into your healing. And Amanya and I were talking about how plants have existed, as long as Earth has existed, longer than us. So it has a touch of infinity. Yes. So yeah, we need to incorporate that infinity in our life. We can't have that infinity only concealed in religion. We need it to be exposed in our daily routines. And when I think about like chanting or my affirmations, it really refines the way what I think about accomplishing for today. And I for example, like I use an herb. So when I wake up in the morning, I use an herb, allspice, which helps aid in my determination. And I throw that into my ginger, honey, lemon tea. So it kind of clears out the digestion, but it really just helps you focus, and go towards that one thing that you want to do at the end of the day. And it could be for yourself or it could be for someone else. And that could be simplified. And if it would be, let's see, one thing I want to do today is pamper my skin. So my affirmation would be, may the radiance of my melanin inspire more understanding. Or
Yes.
or I'm a divine channel of wisdom. So I'd use those affirmations, along with my herbal treatment in our skin, in our skin products, the whipped body butter. If you haven't checked it out, at Cosmically Charged Beauty. Do you want to talk about the ingredients in the whipped body butter?
Yeah, sure. So we started Cosmically Charged Beauty this past fall, basically as a way to incorporate CBD and our magical intentions into skincare and holistic healing. So every product that we make is going to come with a spell or a ritual specific to using that product. So the whipped body butter that Jay's talking about has a shea butter, cocoa butter, coconut oil, avocado oil, and like, am I missing mango seed? And so those are all plants that come from our homeland. My homeland is Kenya, Jay's the Philippines, but we share a lot of plants, a lot of vegetation. And when you tap into plants that have traditionally healed you and have ancestrally healed you, tapping into that source or that infinity, then you know that that's a trusted source of healing. If it worked for your grandmother, if it worked for your great grandmother, it's gonna work for you. And so keeping the intentions and the cultural implications of plants too is a nuance that really can help you tap into creating a plant diet or plant supplement regimen that works for you specifically, because we don't all come from the same place. Our ancestors didn't use the same plant. So we can't expect that all plants are going to work the same for all people.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and we added those spells, as affirmations to echo your intention when you're applying remedy. And your intention is what you're like, I want to move this energy to this place. And it's amplified, and like Amanya was saying, not all herbs are effective or there's best herbs that work better for certain people, whatever. And I feel like that also is an experiment for your immediate environment too, and really increasing that awareness of what's around you, and how that can help you further your knowledge on what your body may be yearning for. Like, for example, like in our in our ingredient, there's mango oil. And I recently moved to Miami, and I have a mango tree in my backyard, and that is also a very sacred tree in the Philippines. For me, there's a lot of monsoons that really impact my barangay, my village. Um, and to me, it's like mangoes help with digestion. And when my home in the Philippines are impacted by the monsoon, it's like the constant weathering, the storm is not always a bad thing, because it clears out old branches and makes room for new. So I follow that thread of what's growing around me. And that can be a lesson that's often just dismissed.
I want to talk a little bit about like an intro ways to incorporate herbs into your daily life or your self-care practice. I'm sure, anyone watching this or that is self-described as a Canna mom, obviously you have some sort of basis for incorporating herbs into your routine. You know that cannabis is an herb that works for you, and you've chosen to use it in whatever way you prefer to consume it. However, like Janice was saying, all plants, not all plants, but plants tend to work together. And so the same way, it takes a village to raise a baby, it takes a village of plants to keep your body in a good ecosystem. And so some herbs really work well with cannabis. But ways you can sort of incorporate more herbs into your day if you're not already somebody that feels like you use a wide variety of plants, is to drink tea. So that same meditation we did, you can rotate what teas you're using. Obviously, if you can get the fresh picked herbs or even just loose herbs, sometimes that gives you more control over your dosage, and you can mix um, plants and herbs together a little bit easier that way. But taking time out to just sip your tea, waiting for it to cool, that's all a moment that you're taking out of your day. That's a pause that you're intentionally creating. So, creating that moment just to enjoy your tea, even if it's just for the 5 minutes we did, can honestly transform your whole afternoon. Especially, I know, like, if my baby has been just acting a fool trying to get attention all afternoon or day, if I just take that moment, then I'm much more receptive and I'm not going to get as agitated. Um, Another way is to smoke. So if you use cannabis and you already are smoking cannabis, you might try to mix in some other herbs with your bud. So we create a couple smoke blends. We've been doing this for years. We have our first blend was called Young Visionary, and that was really helpful or created to enhance your third eye vision. So it contained mugwort and damiana, both which are um, good for your third eye, and more air. I don't want to say air signs. What is it? Air element thoughts. So like thoughts and visions. You can also, add some lavender to your bud to promote calming, and that linalool and the lavender is going to complement that in the weed. So you're going to get extra sedation and chill. Um, Another thing, while you're on the tea subject, while you're ingesting, you might also think about tinctures and edibles. And tinctures um, come in all sorts of plants, can be made into tincture medicine. I find that to be really helpful, especially when I'm on my cycle, to add tinctures into the tea. So I don't have to worry about eating. Sometimes eating's really hard for me when I'm menstruating, because my stomach has issues. So tinctures can be a nice way to get your medicine. Um, Incense is another great way to take a moment to really focus on the present as you're focusing on your sense of smell, and um, smell without necessarily the act of smoking, which incorporates smell and breath together with the inhalation. Incense can alter your mood based off of the essences you're using. It can bring you to a more spiritual place. It can just bring you back to the moment. Since my baby's really small, sometimes I'm not into like smoking out the house with burning resins. But another smokeless option for incense is to use a diffuser, an oil diffuser. And that's just basically, again, an essential oil of a plant, a couple drops vaporized in water. And, smelling things like lemon or orange can uplift your mood. Putting eucalyptus in your diffuser can um, open your nasal passages, let you breathe a bit easier. Um, Same with a lavender, can bring you to that essence of calm in the room, and it also allows you to share medicine with people at the same time. So smoking can, and tea, you're just putting that into your own body. It can be a very personal thing. Incense is, we're all smelling, we're all breathing this air. Um, And then another easy way to incorporate some herbs is in your bath. Make, self-care. I feel like baths is like the first kind of like easiest, you know, kitschy way to get into self-care. But having that moment for yourself, soaking in water, letting water heal you alone is very powerful. Opening all of your pores as the hot water does makes you very receptive to whatever's in the tub. So um, incorporating herbs into your bath, if it's in your bath salts, or you make a little bath tea bag, all of that's going to be directly going into your skin. So you have a lot of opportunity to heal, especially any issues or special attention you want to pay if you are a vagina owner. Baths can be very helpful with that since you're super open, and that's a good way to get water and herbs or medicines into your system.
Some yoni steams.
Yeah, some yoni steams too. If you're not on yoni steams, I would totally get into that because it's very luscious. It gives you the wop, and that's it.
Yes. On that note of the WAP, another routine to consider incorporating is sun gazing. So, like the plants and us, we all feed off of the sun's energy. It's solar power, it's vitamin D. Yeah, also making our melanin more potent. And a way to like gradually get into sun gazing is I've learned that the less harm radiation is the hours of before the sunrise and after the sunset. So just 1 hour before the sunrise or 1 hour after the sunset. And if you're a beginner, you would want to, and you are directly staring at the sun. And this is common in a lot of cultures in the Philippines and India. But you stare directly at the sun for 10 seconds. And this is after you maybe drank your tea or meditated with your herbal incense. So this is to help amplify the herbs. And as you are staring directly at the sun for 10 seconds, either an hour before sunrise or an hour after sunset, you visualize the sun, blessing the cells and rejuvenating your body. So that would be your intention. You can do this out staring out your window or going in your backyard. Once you do it if you attempt to do it daily, it kind of just depends on the weather as well. It doesn't have to be daily, but the goal is to reach at least 44 minutes. And that could take over 10 months. So, and then after that phase, then you can try 20 seconds of staring directly into the sun. And doing that, I think waiting for another total like 100 minutes. So, and then intervaling, I don't even think that's a word, but whatever. Intervaling between that 10 seconds to 20 seconds. And the benefits of these is, to reduce the hunger pains as well. It just increases personal potential. growth and stimulation of the pineal gland, releases in emotional blockages. I mean, yeah, we all know the benefits of the sun. I mean, the plants grow and thrive from the sun. So that's a routine you can incorporate, as well as earthing. Earthing is just walking barefoot in uh, in the grass or the sand. And it could vary by your mood. So if you're feeling really like agitated that day, maybe it's better to find somewhere more moist, by the lake, to take some deep breaths there. Maybe you're you feel like you've lost a little bit of creativity, and like we're talking about those like different essence of elements like air and space. So you want to tap into air and space, where that's more of like mental imagination. So maybe you'll lean towards a more lusher environment with more texture. So those are two additional routines to amplify your herbal care. Yes, sun gazing and earthing. One thing I will also touch base on is I have here our heart opener herbal blends. So in the morning, like Amanya was saying, of using eucalyptus to open up your nasal pathways, is also great for the lungs too, like speaking your truth. And that's where you can sprinkle in that chanting routine to amplify your herbs there with the eucalyptus. I shower with eucalyptus, and I say affirmations in the shower. Fuck it. So if at that point I'm going to be like, truth is my name. That's my affirmation. So that's like my little formula there. And then during the day, like I just want to, I'm a fiery energy.
Yeah.
I'm a fiery Leo. So I love our heart opener blend because I want productivity in my life at all times. So for the heart opener, it really helps me like surrender. We have mullein. Yes. We have mullein, rose petals, raspberry leaf, hibiscus, holy basil, hyssop, as I pronounce hyssop, and lemon balm. So like 3 out of 5 of those really help with like reducing anxiety, and reducing stress. It's amazing. I love the roses help me attract a lot of my desires. So that is just like, I use this for the peak of my day or even closer at night. And I drink it, I smoke it, I light it as incense. And another thing I do at the end of the day is after, if I light it as incense, I might throw in some cedar or sage in there as like kind of like a closure, like ending the chapter of my day. And it's just all really fucking magical.
And the heart opener blend too,
has raspberry leaf.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you said that.
Okay.
That a lot of the ingredients not only work on your heart space, like your emotional space, but they work on your physical womb space as well. So raspberry leaf helps to strengthen the uterine walls. If you're pregnant, it can be a great aid in your last trimester. Hibiscus is another plant that it's very close to me. A lot of African diasporic communities use some sort of hibiscus to drink, heal. Jamaica, if you've had that from Mexican spots, or sorrel, it's all the same thing. And that also, red teas, this is a little like a rule of thumb thing, that plants that come out red when you brew them, they tend to be good for your period. So you can kind of tell because it looks like similar. So that's a good, that's a good womb aid as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I guess quickly, just to wrap up, I was just wanted to share just a couple more things that I personally do during the day, and then maybe we can just do like a 2-minute tea sip at the end. So in addition to all the things that Jay said, because we're soul sisters, so we have similar routines. I like to put essential oils on the bottom of my feet at night. So how you're using the incense to close your day. I feel like after I showered, I like to say mantras and affirmations in the mirror after I shower, and apply the whipped body butter and get that CBD tingle. I'll put a couple drops of essential oil on the bottom of my feet. It could be lavender, or I have a really nice kind of like spicy orange one I like, cinnamon orange. And then that helps me relax and just be still at the end of the day. And that was really helpful while I was pregnant as well.
Yeah, cinnamon screams success.
And then just lastly, quickly, just a couple specific plants that I really love and want to share with people in case they have not tried. If you suffer from cramps, menstrual cramps at all, actually any type of cramps, not just menstrual cramps, cramp bark, you can remember because it's in the title, cramp bark is super helpful. The tincture can go in tea, or you can just get the herbs and brew your own tea from it. That's super helpful to help relieve spasms. And motherwort tincture is my jam. I love that in tea as well for pain, any type of pain. I think I drank some of that in labor too. It's hard to say if that worked necessarily because, labor is its own concoction, but plant motherwort and cramp bark, I super recommend. And if you want to check out all of our offerings currently, you can find them at cosmicallycharged.com. And with that, we'll close out today. So coming back to how we started with our drink meditation. So if you missed it, feel free to join in now. All you need is just a simple cup of water or tea. If you want to do this later, you can brew something specific. Have it handy. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Coming back to your seed or your intention that you want to grow. Grab your drink, take a little sip, follow that sip all the way down till you can no longer feel it. Feel it watering your seed and growing. Let it be a luscious sip. And one more big breath in. On your exhale, send your intention out into the world. And in your own time, you can begin to blink your eyes open, coming back into the space. Thank you all for vibing with us. Hopefully you learned something. Feel free to reach out to us at Women Weed Wi-Fi, Cosmically Charged Beauty. It's been real. Y'all are the best.
Thanks. Blessings.
All right. Are we supposed to leave or do we hang out here? I'll do my
And cut. That's a wrap.
yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Hope to connect with y'all soon.
Yes,
Maybe we'll do a labor. We should do a labor intensive workshop with herbs.
Okay.
All right. Peace.